any model of reality that is presented is automatically false due to my ultimate commitment. Okay, now we have proof positive here that precepts are insane. I'd like to change the topic momentarily for your entertainment. I see that we have a special guest in here today. We have Chum again. Since Chum is somebody who is hostile to me and he does a lot of attack videos on me, Chum, could you tell me where I'm wrong in my worldview?
Oh, hi. I don't think that I do attack videos. I just post
Okay.
recorded
How
videos.
am I really? Why do you atheists constantly lie? You people are pathological liars. Do you put these videos up because you think that they will make me look good?
No, I put them up because I think they're funny.
Okay, so again, you're lying again. Okay, why is it that you atheists are pathological liars? Can you not even when you're asked? Listen, you're lying right now, dude. You're showing that you're the same scumbag that I knew from several years ago. Now,
what?
Okay, now are you an atheist?
Yeah.
Good. How is it that there's no God?
Are we just changing the subject, or?
How is that there's no God?
Well, I need a reason to believe in things, and I don't have a good reason to believe that God exists.
Okay, good. So God does not exist because you don't have a reason?
Well, I don't believe that God exists because I don't have a reason to think that he does.
Okay, so then it necessarily follows then there is no God if you don't happen to have a reason for God?
No, it follows that I don't have a reason to believe in him.
Yeah, again, you're engaging in more deception because you're just repeating what you just said a minute ago. Is it logically necessitated that there is no God if you don't happen to have a reason for God?
No, but I don't think that's what atheism is.
No, but your atheism is the denial of God, either the direct or indirect. Okay, are you willing to assert the necessity of referencing the necessity of God for all facts?
Do you mind if I define what I mean by atheism?
Are you willing to assert the necessity of referencing the necessity of God for all facts? Are you willing to assert that?
No, I don't think that's true.
Okay, good. So then your facts are without the necessity of referencing God. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Good. Now, if you invoke facts without the necessity of referencing God, your facts are invoked without reference to God. It follows from that the denial of God. So your facts are standalone without reference to God. It follows from that, you deny the existence of God. Because in a world where God exists as ultimate and absolute, all facts would necessitate referencing God. But since you can invoke facts without the necessity, so how is it that God is false?
If God didn't exist, then no.
How is it that God is false?
Do you care about what my opinion is, or
how is it that God is false?
Well, the way that I'm defining what atheism is, I don't believe.
I've just explained to you that your position is not a mere non-acceptance. Your position entails the falsity of God, whether you realize it or not. You have already gone on record here saying you are unwilling to assert the necessity of referencing the necessity of God for facts. Therefore, whatever facts you do assert are without reference to the necessity of God, which means that facts exist and are intelligible without reference to God, which it follows from that the denial of God's existence. So how is it that God does not exist?
Yeah, so you have to assume that God exists in order that facts.
How is it that God does not exist?
Because I don't assume that God exists.
Because you have a mental state, about God, because you have a mental state of God, don't overtalk me. So because you have a mental, don't overtalk me. Now, because you, do not overtalk me. Are you just begging to get muted and kicked? So you can claim you were mistreated?
He knows what he last said was weak.
Of course what he's doing. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to be disruptive in order so he gets ejected. Now, it's very simple, okay? your position entails the falsity of God. Now, you said God does not exist because you don't have a reason to believe in God. Okay? Kai Nielsen, a very famous atheist philosopher, stated in one of his books, he stated, all of the reasons for God may fail, but it still may be the case that God exists. Was his statement wrong?
I don't have to agree with random.
Was his statement wrong?
All the reasons for God.
All of the reasons for God may fail, but it still may be the case that God exists.
Yeah, and we wouldn't have a reason to believe that God exists.
Is that statement wrong? Is that statement? Yeah, see, I want my fellow Christians and non-Christians. I think so. Okay, shut up. Okay, I want all my fellow Christians and non-Christians to watch. The reason why I'm calling this scumbag out is because he's notorious in the past for being deceitful, disingenuous, and lying through his teeth and obfuscating. So I'm just showing you here what a lying scumbag he is. So it is not logically necessitated that God does not exist because you don't happen to have a reason for God.
Actually, his most recent statement was God doesn't exist because he doesn't assume that God exists.
Right. Yeah. Darth's view is that
is it logically necessitated? God does not exist because you don't have a reason for God. Is that logically necessitated?
No, but that's not what I'm saying. My view.
Okay. Well, I asked you, how is it that God is false? And you said God is false because you don't have a reason for God. But now you're contradicting yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm giving you the reason why I'm an atheist.
You're contradicting yourself. Okay, God is false because, listen very carefully. God is false because?
I think God is unfalsifiable. I don't think God.
Okay, notice the lying scumbag is being deceptive and evasive. This is what he does. Now, we'll try it again. God does not exist because?
What's the deception?
God does not exist because?
That's a loaded question.
God does not exist because?
May I unload your question?
It's not a loaded question. Your position entails the falsity of God.
No, my position believes the non-belief of
God.
Are
you? Oh, hold on a second. Are you neutral toward the existence of God?
Not right now, no.
Oh, okay. So since you're not neutral toward the existence of God, do you affirm that God exists or do you deny that God exists?
I don't believe God exists.
I didn't ask you that question. Do you affirm that God exists or do you affirm that God does not exist since you claimed you're not neutral?
An affirmation is a state of belief. So
okay.
I do not.
Do you affirm? Listen, I told you guys, this guy, I told you, listen to me. I told you this guy, you know what? I'm going to have to server mute you when you ever talk to me. I'm just simply doing this for I know what a scumbag you are. Okay? You are a scumbag.
You said you're not neutral.
Okay?
So do you affirm it or deny it?
I'm just doing this for the benefit of don't overtalk me. I'm just doing this for the benefit of everybody in the room to show them what a lying scumbag you are. And you are a lying scumbag. Okay? Now, will you, okay, since you're not neutral toward the existence of God, either your position entails the affirmation that God exists or the affirmation God does not exist. Which is your position?
My belief is God doesn't exist.
Good. How is it that there is no God?
My belief that God doesn't exist is because I don't have. Well, I think that it's logically incoherent to have a mindless brain, and I also think that it's logically incoherent.
First of all, how is it? How is it? What's the logical contradiction that a mind must be ensconced within a brain?
Yes. So all of the examples, we have no reason to think that a mind
That's not a contradiction. That's begging the question. All swans are white. All swans are white.
I'm saying we don't have a reason to think
it. No, you're not. Yeah. Listen, dude. Don't you ever get tired? Don't you ever get tired of being a lying scumbag? Okay. Now, okay. Let me ask you this question. Okay. In order to say that God is a mind without a brain, to say that it cannot be, then you have to know what is ultimate. Okay, do you know what's ultimate?
I'm saying I don't have a
Do
reason to
you
think
know what's ultimate?
I don't really. Well, I guess you could say the universe. All
No,
the
no,
laws.
no, I want to know. Do you know what is ultimate?
Yeah, based on the presuppositions of my worldview. Yeah.
Okay, no. I didn't ask you what do you presume. I said, do you know what's ultimate?
Yeah, based on the
Okay,
presuppositions of my
what
worldview.
is it?
No.
What is it in the only way that you can say that what is ultimate cannot be a brainless mind is for you to tell us what is ultimate. Because let me ask you this question. Is all possibility and impossibility derived from what's ultimate?
I think so. Yeah.
Right. So then you can't say that it is impossible for the ultimate to be a brainless mind unless you can tell me what is ultimate.
Well, based on the presuppositions of my worldview, I could tell you that.
Yeah. Okay. What is it? What is it that is ultimate?
The universe, all of reality, physical
Okay.
laws.
Okay. Here's the problem with that. Is the universe a concrete one or a concrete many?
It's a one composed of many. It's
Okay.
oneness and ultimate and manyness are co-ultimate.
And how did you determine that?
How did I determine it? Because
Yeah.
of what the universe is.
No.
Determination is the question.
You said I determined it. You said I determine it because that's what it is. How do you know what it is?
Well, you're mixing up ontology and
How
epistemology.
did you know what it is, you lying scumbag?
What's the lie?
No, what you're doing is you're doing what you did several years ago. You haven't changed one iota of the scumbag that you were then that you are now. You are a pathological deceiver. How do you know that the universe is one and many at the same time? And then you told me, well, that's because I know it because that's what it is. How do you know what it is?
What the universe is? It's the way that we start our metaphysics.
Are you omniscient? Are you omniscient?
No.
Then how do you know what's ultimate?
You don't have to be omniscient to know things.
Okay, so explain to me, in your ultimacy that the universe is ultimate. What is it the thing that unifies everything, that brings all the particulars together? What is it that is what is it the one that is ultimate?
The universe.
No, that's a set. What is it that unifies all the particulars?
I'll say it again. I could explain why.
I want to know what the singular unity is that ties together all the particulars. What is it?
I'll repeat my answer. It's the universe.
No. Listen to me. Don't you ever get tired of being a lying scumbag?
What's the lie?
No. Listen to me, dude. You're lying again. Okay. The universe is a collected statement. What is it about the universe that is singular and that unifies all the particulars?
You have the same view. You have the view that there's one.
No, I'm asking you again. Answer the question. You see my fellow believers and non-believers? Do you see what a deceitful scumbag? Do you think I'm carrying this on just for the purpose of challenging you individually? I'm not doing it to challenge you individually. I'm doing it to demonstrate to everyone else in the room what a lying piece of deceitful trash you are. And you are fulfilling my goal with ease. Now, what is it that is the single unifier that unifies all the particulars, okay, that is in the set that you call the universe?
The universe is what
universe. Bye. See you later. You see, this is what these people do. They are so effing deceitful and dishonest that they will say things that just like a dog chasing their tail. And they will just simply be verbose and then just run the clock out. They don't care.
My favorite is that it's so obvious he's trying to copy the Christian worldview.
Now, is there anyone in the room that did not pick up on what a deceitful, lying scumbag that guy was? Anyone? He hasn't changed. The last time I talked with him was a couple of years ago. And he's the same lying scumbag. And by the way, this is a shocker, everyone. Do you know who he likes to hang out with? The Angstrike cult.
Oh yeah, Angstrike,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, when he says the universe is ultimate, I said, is the universe a concrete one or a concrete many? He says, oh, they're both. Do you know why he's saying that?
Because he doesn't know.
It's because he's listened to enough of my debates and other presuppositionalists. It's because we talk about the one and the many problem, and because he doesn't want to get shot in the head in the one and the many problem, he then says that the universe is one and the many. So when I ask him, what is it that is the single unifier of the many, okay, he then goes back to saying the universe. Now, does everyone realize what a deceitful answer that is?
Oh yeah, he's a liar.
Okay, the universe is the conceptual framework. It doesn't tell me what the single unifier is. Okay. Now, as an atheist, how would he be able to make any universal declarations?
No idea.
In a world without God, where you don't have a God that is omniscient and always truth revealing, how in a not God world could anybody establish and have a good reason that anything is universal? You remember he said he doesn't have a good reason to believe in God? Well, what would be his good reason that anything is universal? What would be the rationale? What, that he simply presupposes it?
That's what he was trying to say, right?
That's right. You see, on the one hand, he says, well, God doesn't exist because I don't have a good reason to believe in God. But then I showed him that just because you don't have a reason, it's not logically necessitated that God does not exist. So then he switches his tune. Oh, God doesn't exist because he's a brainless mind. But I explained to him that all possibility and impossibility is grounded in what is ultimate. So why cannot what is ultimate be a brainless mind? Do you know then what is ultimate in order to say that it cannot be there cannot be brainless minds? And then he wants to say the universe is ultimate, right? How is he able to ascertain anything is ultimate? Is the universe revelatory about what is universal? Does the universe engage in revelation? Or does he only have access to an infinitesimally small part of all the particulars? How does he know that there is one thing that unifies all the particulars? Does anybody think he could have answered that? Does anybody want to take a guess that he would have lied some more if I'd asked him that question? See, this is how evil some people are. They don't care about lying in philosophical and theological debates as long as they think that they can bamboozle you with words.
They sound like they're Luciferians.
Yeah. Now, did anyone in the room think that when I asked him why he posts all those videos about me, that he said they weren't attack videos? Does anybody think that he simply posted these videos and when you look at the titles of the videos, that he posts them because he thinks they're funny?
Those guys really hate you, man. I'm amazed.
They're obsessed with me. And by the way, if for any of you new people here, don't think for 1 second that I was too harsh with him. He really is a lying scumbag.
that the same group that were trying to say that you were abusing people or your kids or something?
Yeah, it's the same cult group that has gotten a couple of people to post information on the internet that I'm guilty of domestic violence and things like that.
I just enjoyed how you shut his argument down. Just shut him down. I like when they come in here and get their ass handed to them.
No, he should. He did nothing. Nothing pisses me off more than when people just lie in a debate. Not that I disagree with them. Okay. What professor told you the universe did not begin? Now I've got to hold on before you're okay. What was it? What's his name?
Herr Gumbel.
Yeah, you're lying to me. When people lie to me, then you get. Listen, sir. Listen. I do not believe you. Okay, because
I can give you the name.
Does your I'm looking here at his videos here for the title. Now, does anybody actually believe that he posts video after 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 video because he thinks the content is funny? You see, he thinks that the secret. And by the way, are you guys that he has and does come in under different usernames to secretly record? Now, do you think he's coming in here under alt accounts to secretly record, which he's done so for several years now? Do you think he comes in secretly recording because he just thinks that what I say is funny? Does anybody believe that? This is a sincere question. Does anybody believe that he sneaks in here under alt accounts to secretly record and then upload to his YouTube channel? Does anybody think that he records this stuff because he merely thinks that what I say is funny?
No, that's a lie.
Okay, so he was lying from the get-go. He didn't want to admit that from his point of view, they're attack videos.
And is this V person, this is a new name I've seen, is that him? There's a new name in here, V.
Welcome, V. How'd you hear about us?
Damn,
They
picked them up.
left.
I picked them up.
Now, if you go on to here, I'm going to give you the link to his YouTube channel and scroll through his videos and see how many DarthDoxxins videos he's posted. And you tell me if these videos are attack videos or they're just posted because he thinks I'm a funny guy. I'm going to post it in Atheist. There you go. Now, you'll notice that when he said that God doesn't exist because he doesn't have a good reason, that when I examined that, he failed, and then he switched his tune, that God cannot be a brainless mind. Why can't God be a brainless mind? Why? Because only the minds that he's acquainted with are ensconced in brains? Does anybody see how stupid that reasoning is? This punk thinks that he's philosophically sophisticated. How does it follow, because that the only minds that we are acquainted with are ensconced in brains? But here's the problem. How does he argue that minds exist in a God-free world? How do you have a mind in a world of chance? Right? Now, then he wants to say that the universe is ultimate. It's one in the many. So what is it that unifies the many? And then he says, well, the universe. Yeah, well, the universe is the one in the many. What's the one? How would he be able to account and defend? You see, he's a part of a small cult group that encourages people to say all the time, what's the argument for that? What's What's Chum Times? That was his. That's what his other screen name, Chum Times. What's his argument that he can establish and attest that anything is universal? What does anyone think he has an argument for that? Anyone? Bueller?
Well, the part I don't.
The lying scumbag is back. What's your argument that anything is universal?
Hey, I heard you were lying about me.
What is your argument that anything is universal?
Let's say, what do you call it? I'm just trying to think of the term for it.
What is your argument that anything is a universal? What's the argument for that?
Yeah, I could. Why are you making a voice? I don't understand.
What's the argument for that?
Chum, why are you?
So,
No, Soldier, don't interfere. What's the argument that anything is universal?
what was your question, Soldier?
What? No. He's not interacting.
He was just trying to ask me
What's
something.
your argument that anything is universal?
Yeah, it's a priori knowledge.
That's not an argument.
Do you want me to explain what it is?
Okay, explain to me how you know that something is universal.
Yeah, so.
And I'm going to tell you right now. Hold on a second. If you give me philosophical mumbo jumbo, I'm going to mute and kick you.
Well, I have to explain what it is philosophically.
No. I don't want to hear philosophy
You don't want to
speak.
hear the argument?
I don't want to hear your usual lying. Now,
Wait, every time
I want to know. Don't ever talk to me, or I'm going to ban you from here, you lying scumbag. Now,
lie.
what is your argument in plain language? Excuse me, in plain language, that anything is universal?
So briefly, I heard you saying, or I was told that you were saying that you didn't believe.
Last chance. What is your argument? What is the first and second premise that anything is universal?
Yeah, I'll explain. So, a priori knowledge is when you use experience to form a justificatory path that allows you to understand going into the future. It's an enabling.
Can you give me the first and second premise?
I don't have it in premise.
You don't? Okay. I want to hear an argument. Do you have an argument for that?
Not a formal argument.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, in plain language, numbnuts.
I'm explaining it to you.
How do you know by experience that anything is universal?
The experience is an enabling justifier for the a priori knowledge.
Okay, I said in plain language, you lying scumbag. Do you know by experience? You think I don't know your game? Do you think I don't know the people that you hang around with, that you engage in double talk and philosophy speak? Now, do you know that anything is universal by virtue of your experience?
It's not by experience. The experience.
Okay, then by what means have you been able to ascertain, other than experience, that anything is universal?
Well, the experience is very important.
Okay, bye. You see,
What an idiot.
there we go. You see what lying scumbags it is. What they just do is they just monologue. I told you not to come in here again. Come in again, you're going to be banned. Okay. You see what they do?
Yep.
You see what he does? I asked him to explain it in plain, non-mumbo jumbo. Okay. But you see, this is what they do, is they monologue in philosophy speak to obfuscate in plain language what they're saying. Okay? First he says he knows that there's something universal by a priori experience. I said, so you know that by experience there's something universal? And then he starts changing his tune. You see, this is why people like this, you cannot have a reasonable debate, because they will lie through their teeth using mumbo jumbo.
I love these meltdowns.
He's back.
He is back. He could explain.
V is.
Yeah,
hold on.
How you doing, V?
Hold
Would
on.
you like to speak on the microphone, V?
V is
I'm not new, and I don't have access to the chat, and I don't like this. I don't want to
Okay,
interact. Thank you.
you. You're welcome. Yeah, that's probably Chumtime's girlfriend.
For fuck's sake.
Yep. She's probably the one.
What
She's
are you
probably the one telling us who to talk bad
What are you so
about.
angry about, V? V,
Maybe
what are you
your
so upset?
Chumtime's girlfriend.
Why are you so upset, girlfriend of Chumtime? Why are you so upset?
You guys are kind of trolling somebody for no reason. She didn't do anything to you.
No. We just asked her to say hello on the microphone, and then she jumps on being angry. When I first addressed her to come on the microphone, she fled immediately. Now she's back as soon as Chumtime gets kicked. Is that a coincidence?
Like last time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've known V for a while from a different.
See,
server.
this is listen. People like Chumtime and the other cultic group, this is what they do. They bullshit using philosophical vocabulary and nomenclature. Okay? This is what they do. Right? Hey, Chum, how's it going, Landon F?
It's almost like he views.
Hey, hold on a second. Chumtime Landon F, would you like to come to the microphone? Hello, Chumtime Landon F. Would you like to come to the microphone, Landon F?
Got him again. This is entertaining, I have to admit.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, they leave. Another one comes in.
Yeah, and she comes back again. V, why are you so angry?
Because you're calling me someone's girlfriend who's a piece of shit.
Well, how do you know they are?
Because they record everyone's Discord and they suck.
So why are you angry? Because before
I just answered that question. Did you need me to write it down for you?
But you know what? You're a liar too. Do you know why? It's because you were angry even before anybody called you out as his girlfriend.
No, you literally started in this.
She got angry issues.
We got him. Hey, look at who's We Oi. We O-U-I. I haven't seen them either.
Hi, We. How's it going?
How's
it going? Did you notice? Did you notice? Chumtime said, there is no God because I don't have a good reason to believe in God. How is it that what is ultimate is personal cannot exist because I don't have a reason for it? Does anybody see how philosophically stupid that is? In other words, I don't have a reason why what is ultimate is personal. So what is his reason that what is ultimate is impersonal? Do you think he could answer that question in plain English? Does he have a reason, a logical justification? And by the way, did you hear him use the word justificatory path?
Yep.
Okay, now, to my knowledge, I have never heard anyone else on Discord ever use that term with the exception of one person. Do you know who that person is?
No, tell us.
Me.
Oops.
Whoa.
His Darth fan. Whoa.
Okay. Now, I'm not saying that it has not or cannot be used in philosophical circles. Why do you think that he was doing that? You see, this piece of lying crap, right? And I hold out special contempt and disgust for these lying pieces of crap like him, right? It's because they will not be truthful and honest, and they try to bamboozle us with words. How does it follow that X is not ultimate because I don't have a reason to believe in X? How does it follow that it's false? And then when I called him out on that fallacious reasoning, he then changed his tune. Oh, well, God's not coherent because he's a brainless mind. If God is ultimate, he would be the ground of possibility. Do you see how incoherent that is?
Yep.
So if what is ultimate is a brainless mind would then institute and secure all possibility. So you couldn't use that as an argument. And then he went on to say, well, all the minds we're acquainted with have brains. So what? That's an argument from induction, that all the minds that I'm acquainted with are ensconced in brains. Therefore, God cannot exist because God would have to have a material brain. That's the all swans are white fallacy.
Check this out. Check this out. I just got a DM from Chum again. Do you agree with what you heard? I wasn't allowed to explain anything of my view. I wasn't allowed to unload his loaded question. I wasn't allowed.
Loaded question. Now, did anybody think that he was attempting to be truthful and transparent when explaining how he knew that anything was universal?
No, he was lying scum.
You said yes. How could he possibly, by what means, make a determination that anything is universal? Could you explain that?
No.
Okay, so when he started talking about a priori experience, okay, you see, that's another philosoph-speak word that they want to say, oh, a priori. But you see, here's the problem. When I say, how can you, by your physical experiences, how by your experience could you ascertain that anything is universal? Do you think that could be answered? Because his experiences are not universal, are they, we? Do you think that he would claim that he has universal experiences of all that is and are? So he was a lying, deceiving scumbag.
Got him.
I just joined, so yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, why do you think he said the universe was the one and the many? Do you know why? It's because he's listened to me talk about the one and the many as a problem for one believers. So what he's trying to do is imitate certain concepts of the Christian God in order to try to bamboozle me and everyone else in the room. But the point is, how does he know what is the one that unifies the many? And then he says the universe. But you see, that's the conceptual frame of reference. What is it that unifies all the many? He doesn't have it.
So is V and we?
Hold on a second. I got to ban JD, another scumbag troll.
Look, soldier. Can you just stop calling people's names out, because I actually know V. She's not a troll. She doesn't know this Chum guy. Just like chill out on just calling people out because you don't know them.
I'm also not new.
You got angry before
Because
you were
accused,
identified.
well, accused me being Chum.
Listen
I
to
don't know
me.
if it was
You became angry before anyone said you were his girlfriend. Okay. All we
correct,
simply
because I
did
was being
was
accused of being him.
all we simply said is, would you like to come on the microphone and say hello? And you could have been, hi guys, I'm not who you think I am. But why? The moment you got on the
Here I
microphone,
am.
you're angry. Okay. No, you're not.
Oh, it's great. The trolls are getting trolled. I love it.
Yeah,
That was
she's
serious.
definitely not a troll. I've known her for a while. You're just being an asshole right now.
Could you be wrong about me being an asshole?
Sure, man.
You know what's funny? The point is this is, how does Chum Time know what is universal? By what means? He says, by a priori experience. Does anybody have the foggiest idea of what that means?
Yeah, well, the thing is, when you call somebody out and you say that there's somebody that it might upset them a little bit, and instead of like trolling her and muting her and kicking her and laughing, I mean, the adult thing to do would just be to apologize.
Pinko, why should I do anything you say? If I'm in your worldview, it doesn't matter.
I don't know, man.
What's wrong with doing that in your worldview?
Maybe based on the morals that the Christian God gave me. I don't know. I just think you're being an asshole.
Wait. I'm confused.
Yeah, well, here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. Okay. when you think he's being an a-hole, right? You're claiming that you've reasoned that because you have a mind. But what is the nature of reality that provides for the existence of minds? Daniel Dennett, atheist philosopher, said if materialism is true, minds don't exist. Do you believe in materialism, Pinko?
I'm not really interested in that conversation right now.
Well, then. You guys ever seen a picture of Brendan?
No, I've never. I've heard there's a picture, but I don't know.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, I've got a
Oh my!
post it in chat.
Brendan has posted his real name a number of times. I would post it, but I don't want to be accused.
It's like, well, send it to me, and then I'll post it.
If anybody else wants to post it, they're free to do so. I mean, when you look at a picture, I'm sure somebody will. All you have to do is Google his name.
Yo, send me his name.
And it just words fail to describe the image you're going to see. For those of you who heard us talk about Brendan, when you see the picture, let us know your opinion after you see the trainer. I mean the picture.
What do I have to look up?
Send me his name, bro.
What do I have to look up to find it?
His name.
What is it?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Alright, there you go.
Did you guys look it up yet?
No,
I don't have the name.
Dude. We need the name to look up.
I don't care if someone gives out the name in the chat. I'll just delete it afterward. I don't even think Brendan cares.
Brendan has given the name out.
Yeah, but we don't have it.
All right, I got it. Hold on,
Oh, you do? Just post the picture.
Hopefully I find the right one because there's a couple different.
Just click on the one that looks like a freak. There you go.
Wow, I found a YouTube channel, but that's not it. Hopefully there's an actual picture. Yeah, I can't find a picture of them. That I can find this, but I think that's just their profile picture.
Oh, this is so good. Oh, I love this.
That's like the closest thing I found, but I don't think that's definitely not
Is that the right one, Darth?
I don't know. That's like his profile picture. There's no way that's actually him.
Where did you post?
Philosophy text. It's above. It's at the top.
I don't think that's like his pro. There's no way that's like his profile picture.
Who posted it?
Jonathan.
No, that's
It's,
not. No, that person is vastly has. All right, here, hold on a second.
The only ones, yeah, I found some profiles, but I've never. The profiles just have pictures of like pie. Like they don't have pictures of. Ah, okay, hold on. Are you sure that's them? Oh, okay, I got it.
All I want to say is if somebody posts the picture, please warn people who have heart conditions.
I don't know, Brendan. Which one is it though? I'll go ahead and take a look at it, guy. I'm gonna delete it in a little bit.